Hey, a couple weeks ago, I was able to get my wife out to the Plateau Wine Bar out in Enumclaw, Washington. If you're local, give them a try. And they had a Riesling out there that was from 2016 from a winery out in Walla Walla that I have tried before, but I really wasn't that impressed with. But I'm going to tell you right now, this Riesling, 2016 Riesling from Lewis Estate Vineyards, produced by Dunham Cellars, has got me rethinking this winery. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Scott, and you have tuned into the Rookie Pacific Northwest Wine Enthusiast channel, YouTube's primary channel for discussing Pacific Northwest wines. So first of all, I'd like to go ahead and apologize. My schedule this entire summer has been thrown off completely. I had originally planned to put out at least one video a week, but as a lot of you know, I drive truck for a national LTL firm, and with the national, there's basically a shortage of drivers. And we have all been working 50 plus hours a week just trying to get people's freight out. And it's been killing my YouTube time. So that being said, I'm hoping to get, with fall coming around, a little bit more focused on doing some wine reviews. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what I'm reviewing, which again is the Dunham Cellars 2016 Riesling from Lewis Estate Vineyards. And now a little bit of history. Dunham is based out of Walla Walla. They just celebrated their 25th anniversary last year out in Walla Walla. Unfortunately, it was during COVID. And they are based in an old reconditioned World War II aircraft hangar out at the Walla Walla Airport. Now, when I went out there before, this was about 4 or 5 years ago when my wife and I really started to explore Washington wines. We found that their Bordeaux style red blend, which is called the Trutinia, was very impressive, but my wife and I didn't think very much of everything else that they had had. Now, I don't remember tasting their Riesling at the time, and I don't remember tasting their Chardonnay, which is something I'm definitely going to correct after this video, especially their Chardonnay. And because this Riesling here is something that I found out at Plateau in Enumclaw, and I was doing a little bit of research on it. This basically is a 2016. They're selling their 2018 Riesling. Well, let's go ahead and get into the review on this, and I'll kind of explain what I'm talking about. The color on this Riesling, it is a pale gold. It does have a slight, just a real slight orange tint to this, which I found very interesting. I don't normally see a whole lot of Rieslings with the orange tint, and I'll be honest with you, I'm wondering if it has something to do with a little bit of the aging that this has gone through, the bottle aging. So again, this is a 5-year-old bottle of wine, and I was thinking when I first tasted it, I'm thinking, well, did it age well in the bottle? So anyways, let's go ahead and nose this. On the nose, this is more of a very fruit-forward Riesling. I'm getting a little bit of nectarine, some apricot. There's a slight citrus zest on this and a little bit of pear. And that is what I'm looking for. One thing that I like on a lot of Rieslings is that petroleum note that comes across. In this particular wine, it's coming across like a new car vinyl smell. You jump into a car, you smell that new car smell. That's the petroleum particulates in the new plastic on the dashboard and things like that that are basically being exposed. So I do have that. It's not prominent on this particular Riesling, but it's there, and I do enjoy that, especially on the Riesling. I'm also getting a little bit of a herbal note, almost like a slight basil note. And I'm getting some minerality, which I also like to find in my Riesling. So let's go ahead and have a sip of this, shall we? Okay, right off the bat, this is a relatively light-bodied, almost light to medium-bodied wine. The acidity on this, I would say, is about a medium to a medium plus. I'm getting that for the flavors. The first thing that hits my palate is definitely that minerality, that petroleum note, new carbonyl, followed by the citrus zest. It's almost like somebody took a little bit of lime and a lemon zest and put it in here. The fruit notes, though, kind of take a back seat a little bit to that minerality, to the acid, but you still get a very ripe apricot and nectarine note. The pear note has kind of gone away a little bit, which, to be honest with you, that's not a bad thing to me. I think this is a fairly well balanced. The big downside to this is that the finish is relatively short. It's almost, to be honest with you, it is short. So let's go ahead and have another sip. Let's see if I can. Okay. Yeah, that minerality is right there. That petroleum note's right there. And it almost envelops the fruit. And now I know a lot of people would like a little bit more of a fruit-forward wine. This is a wine, a Riesling, that I can literally sit down. It would probably take me 2 hours to sit down and drink this. What I would do is I would take this, I would put this in a bucket of ice to keep it chilled, keep the cork in it, and probably sip on this for a couple hours. I probably wouldn't even take me that long to start breaking it down. This is an interesting wine. Now, what I don't have is what I would love to have is their 2018. According to Dunham, they have their 2018 out right now, and it's also from the Lewis Vineyards. So this is an estate grape. So I'm going to, without knowing this, I'm going to assume that everything that they get on the Riesling has either always been or is currently with from the Lewis estate. I think this particular wine, oh, by the way, and for sweetness, this is perfectly situated as a dry to off-dry wine. I think the acidity is high enough that this would be great for a spicy dish. I'm thinking along the lines of a blackened rockfish or a blackened cod, something along those lines. I probably wouldn't pair this at all with any fish that's been battered. I would use the acidity on this and the flavors on this to really try to break through a little bit more of a spicy dish. Overall, this is a really good and well balanced, I think, with the exception of the finish, well balanced Riesling. I'm shocked. Like I said, I'd love to have a 2018. To be honest with you, this is one of those wines. I'm going to look at a couple of my other wine stores. I'm going to see if I can find not only another bottle of the 2016, but I want to find a 2017, and I want to get a current 2018. This is a Riesling. I think if you wanted to find out how good and how consistent a winemaker is, this is one of those wines that I think would be perfect for a wine flight to do that type of experimentation. So will I buy this again? You know what? I'm going to go out to Plateau this coming Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to go see if they've got any more of the 2016. In the meantime, I'm going to hit some of my local wine shops. I'm going to see if I can find the 2017 and possibly, now I'm planning on going out to Walla Walla in November for fall release. Dunham, this wine hasn't particularly told me to go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and grab a taste of all the 2018. So anyways, if you like this type of content, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Have you had anything, have you had the Riesling from Dunham Cellars, 2016, 2017, or even older ones? Let me know down in the comments down below what you think of the Riesling. As for the other wines that Dunham Cellars has, they do have a table wine called Three-Legged Red. I had a bottle of it the other night. That was the one bottle of wine, I'll be completely honest with you here. It's an inexpensive table red wine. I'm not a big fan of it. It's simple. It did not excite me, but I do have in my cellar, and now I'm going to have to go ahead and break them out. And let me know down in the comments down below. I do have an older bottle of the Trutina in my cellar, I do believe. Let me double, I should have had this up. Now that you got me thinking about it. I think I have an older bottle of the Trutina in my cellar. Let's see. Tina. No, I do not actually. I thought I did. I thought I had an older bottle of the Trutina. Maybe I will go ahead and see if I can find a bottle of the Trutina. I know Costco had a bottle. I think it was the 2017 or 2018, but it's a relatively expensive wine. It's about $25 to $30. Maybe I'll go ahead and look at purchasing that next time I'm in Costco. So anyways, leave a comment down below. How do you guys like Dunham Cellars? Do you like anything? Is there something in particular you want me to test out from them or taste? Put that down in the comments down below. Also, if you would, I'd like to go ahead and see if I can get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Please go ahead and share this content with your friends and family. If you've got people coming in from outside the Pacific Northwest and you say, hey, let's go talk, let's go do some wine tasting. What do you think about these particular wines? If there's anything on my playlist, let me know down in below. As always, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. I do promise to try to put a little bit more effort into my scheduling. Just so that you guys know, between working 5 days a week, so this week I'll work 6 days. I do work out in the evenings as well, so I'm really exhausted. And I'm trying to cut back on my wine consumption and only do it on the weekends. But it is what it is. So, as always, folks, life is too short for bad wine. Leave me comments down below. What do you guys think of Dunham Cellars? Cheers. Yeah, blackened rockfish. I think I'm going to give that a try.